Hi everyone, welcome to Primetime TV Show. I'm your host, Barbara Marville. Thanks for joining us, and my co-host, Dennis Kelly. He's also my husband. Hi.
That's a good thing.
And best friend, and life coach, and all that kind of good stuff. How are you today, champ?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
I am doing really amazingly well because I attended this morning our breakfast with amazing women down in Safety Harbor at the Paradise Restaurant. And for those of you ladies that are out there watching, a special hey, thank you very much for helping me. Oopsie.
Lost one of your dollars.
I'm overflowing. I filled my gold go-go boot today. You know what this is for?
No.
I didn't tell you?
You probably did, but
It's for,
you tell me a lie.
It's for dancing with the local stars.
Okay, now I remember. Okay.
I brought the boot in for all these women, and I said, I'm going to fill this up today. So I set the intention out there. So what you think about, you bring about. And I filled it up. And this is just the beginning. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, maybe you could do one for me.
Yeah, but what? Well, what are you going to do? You
Oh,
going to
I can
dance?
do
You
a
going
lot
to
of
dance
things.
with the local stars too?
No, I wouldn't do that.
All you have to do is just be you, honey.
I don't want to take it away from you.
Well, anyway, look at that. Isn't that fun? You know, I want to talk about that for just a minute because if it wasn't for my husband, and this is so true, I probably never would have been asked if it wasn't for the TV shows that we're doing here at Tampa Bay Multimedia. I probably wouldn't have been asked. But it seems like I'm like right in the thick of everything, but my husband got me dance lessons to start a few years ago, plus what he's taught me on his own as being a former ballroom dance champion, because he's always taken good care of himself and knows how to get out there and boogie and samba and rumba and tango. So I want to thank you on live television for getting me started and just helping me, you know, with self-confidence, all that. So
You're quite welcome.
I really appreciate that. So I am on a quest. I have less than 2 months to raise dollars. So I'm dancing for dollars, and I had to shamelessly do that plug as we get started. But you know what? If you're just joining us for the first time, we want to let you know that our Primetime TV show is for anyone that wants to live a quality life, a primetime anytime. And it doesn't mean you have to be a senior citizen or a maturing person. I mean, there's people that are way younger than we are that aren't living their prime time. Why is that? I think it's because they're not thinking along those lines, or maybe no one is really giving them some tips and stuff like that.
They don't have something to look forward to. They don't have any goals. There's no passion in their life.
You said it. That's all we talked about was passion this morning. And that's something that you and I have exuded for a number of years, is passion for what we're doing. I know you certainly taught me that, the passion for what you're doing in helping
right.
others.
You can't really make a commitment for anything, any goal, unless there's passion. If the passion isn't there, the commitment's going to be very shallow, and the goal will never be attained.
You know, wouldn't you say that that also applies with your health goals too, and setting those goals so that when you do add years to your life and life to your years, that you can live your later years with quality and dignity and be able to get down on the floor with your grandchildren?
That's right. Well, most people, they're interested in making a living or paying the bills or whatever, and they don't get a chance to really focus on the most important thing, that's our health. Because no matter how much wealth we have, if we don't have our health, it's shallow.
It is shallow. And that's something that we both learned over the years through trial and error, through ups and downs. I mean, we've all been there. Life hasn't always been a bowl of cherries, but I think it's the way that we perceive what's going on in our life experience too that helps us develop more passion for the mission that we're on. You know, one of the missions that my husband and I have been working on for the last, how long have we been together? 17 years, 18 years?
Something like that.
Something
Time
like
goes
that.
by real fast.
I know, it really does. It does seem to go by fast. But when we got together, it seemed like we had already been working simultaneously, but on different roads, but on the same path. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Working on ourselves, working on things that maybe we were lacking, and especially when it comes to health. You got me on the road to health because I was a guinea pig, so to speak, in my husband's book, The 6 Steps to the Fountain of Youth. We're going to actually take maybe 1 or 2 little segments out of this and talk about it. And then we're also going to be talking about something that you and I feel so strongly about, and I know we've said it before, but we will always continue to say it again, is how we breathe is more important than what?
what we eat.
Very good cue. Very good.
And
And
there's
why
one
is
more.
it?
Breathe deeply everywhere you go.
Yes.
Oxygen is the best food you'll ever get, because if you don't breathe deeply and be really conscious about your breathing, you may have to pay for the oxygen later, if you know what I mean, Jelly Bean.
Oh, that is so true. I remember when my mom, she wouldn't do your program, and then all of a sudden she decided that she would. She gave into it. And I gave her, remember when you had your videos on the VHSs?
Yes.
Those
Oh, yeah.
that was so long ago. In fact, I don't even think you can get those anymore, to tell you the truth. But I gave her the VHS, and it just sat there and sat there. Finally, she decided to put it into her VCR player. And so months had gone by, and she had to go in for some major surgery. Remember what the
yeah.
doctor said?
Yes, yeah.
From the way she was breathing, they had never seen a 76-year-old go in for major surgery and come out so well, and to have so much oxygen in her system, in her blood and all that. And they released her sooner than they normally would have for a 76-year-old. So, you know, breathing is very, very important. Let's talk a little bit about shallow breathing versus the deeper breathing. Do we breathe shallow when we're stressed out?
Actually, a high percentage, say 70–80% of the population are shallow breathers. And it is even worse when you get stressed out, because when you get stressed out, you really breathe shallow. And so most people basically suffer from oxygen deprivation. And a lot of diseases come from that, because the mitochondria, the little firing factories in each of the cells, each cell has about 1,000 of these little firing factories, like chargeable batteries. And when they're not really firing at a high level, we're susceptible towards all types of diseases. Hey, 3 or 4 take some time. The count of 5, exhale the count of 7. Very simple. And you'd be surprised. It basically is a form of meditation too, because you're counting the breaths and you're not thinking about what the day is all about, which in some cases you don't want to think about.
Right.
It's sort of like your little escape from the present situation, so you can calm down and make better decisions. Or somebody gets you stressed out. So you can't really overdo it.
Right.
The key thing is to do it. And the reason you want to inhale through the nose is the upper phalanges of the nose release a gas called nitric oxide. A lot of people don't know this. Nitric oxide is greatest anti-aging gas. It dilates all the vessels. It's hard to get a heart attack or stroke when your body has nitric oxide in it. Unfortunately, it's a short-lived gas, so that's why you have to repeat that throughout the day.
So the more we breathe deep, the better it is for us.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So much research has proven that fact. And I've been teaching deep breathing with my classes ever since I've been teaching 40 years ago.
Exactly, exactly. And you know, we get testimonials all the time from our students. My husband has a big, old-fashioned, loose-leaf binder with, goodness, all kinds of testimonials on the art of Tai Chi and Qigong, and I know many of you tune into our Monday shows just to see my husband do some live little excerpts from our training program and our certification program, which we're going to shamelessly plug in just a little bit because we do have one coming up. But I want to go ahead and put my little specs on and just go through your book for a moment and just let's talk.
Did you read it yet?
I read 3/4 of it.
She hasn't read the whole book
I know,
yet.
all these years, and I'm in it too. It's interesting. You know, we were talking about water and the importance of water. I said to my husband earlier today, I said, if I pick up your book and if I just, close my eyes and just open it up, would you be able to talk about? I was just messing with him. He said, of course. So let's just put him to the task. So let's talk about water.
Well, water fits in the same category as breathing in a sense. Most people suffer from water deprivation. In other words, they suffer from dehydration. And so many diseases come from lack of breathing deeply, shallow breathing, and so many diseases come from dehydration. So it's very important to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. But when you drink that water is important too. If you gulp it all down and say, okay, I drank my 6 glasses of water, that's not going to work. In fact, that wouldn't be advisable.
No, absolutely.
That would be hard on the kidneys.
Right.
But the key thing is when you wake up in the morning, Get a full glass of water before you take your iced tea or hot tea or coffee. You want to make sure and get a full glass of water, because when you wake up, your body's dehydrated. All night long, you're perspiring, and you're not drinking when you're sleeping, obviously. So when you wake up, you're in a dehydration mode. So if you go drink the coffee, which dehydrates even more, then your body, again, the cells tend to shut down, and there's a lot of diseases come from that. So the key thing is to drink a glass of water when you wake up, then 30 minutes before you eat breakfast, because that's very important. It helps with digestion, and 30 minutes after you eat. And then before the next meal, 30 minutes before, 30 minutes after. Do not drink the water when you're eating the meal, because of the fact that you need to really digest your food and let the digestive juices get into the food so you have better digestion, makeup overall. And so there's 3 big reasons people age prematurely. A lot of reasons, but first of all, oxygen deprivation, dehydration, and then hyperkinesis, lack of movement. So when you put the 3 together, that's why conductors of orchestra outlive the general population, are much healthier than the average person, because they're moving, they breathe deeply, and they tend to drink a lot of water.
There's something else that, who was it? One of the actors that had an issue. What was it that you were talking about through the night in drinking a lot of water, and what it can prevent, and how much better it is
before
for
you go to sleep? Drink a full glass of water, even though you may have to make some extra trips, because that can help prevent a heart attack. A lot of heart attacks come around 3, 4 in the morning, believe it or not, when we think we're real rested. But the key thing is to drink that full glass of water, because it thins the blood. And when the body's dehydrated, you might have a rough night, and you maybe perspire a little bit more than normal.
Sure.
So that makes you more susceptible to a heart attack, because your metabolism is up, and the fact that you're dehydrated. So that's why that glass of water before you go to bed is so important. Another thing, good time to drink a full glass of water, right after you have a very fatty, big, large meal, like during the holidays.
Yes.
Because what happens when you eat a lot of fat, then the fat robs the oxygen, and then the heart muscle does not get the oxygen. So a lot of heart attacks come during the holidays. A sad time to have. Any time is a sad time, but especially when we're having family things and all of a sudden somebody drops over dead. What a bummer,
Exactly.
So they could have prevented that possibly by drinking a full glass of water, getting oxygen into the system, and then also taking a couple deep breaths.
This is honestly some of the best information, and when you shared that with me after, I can't remember his name, but he was from, John, who was that? From the Italian show. Oh my gosh, I've lost my mind. He doesn't know either. You remember?
I don't know.
Anyway, he had eaten a really heavy meal. And we got into a conversation about that, because you've always said in our classes and taught us to drink water through the night. I know you have to get up and take a trip to the restroom and everything, but gee whiz, what if that could save your life by staying hydrated, especially after you've eaten a fatty, heavy meal, because it just isn't digested, and then it's harder on the heart. So thanks for sharing that. We have a break coming up, and then when we come back, you are going to do some little excerpts from your training program on Qigong. Are you going to do some open freelance?
Well, I thought what would be nice is to do some freestyle. I call it freestyle because what I do with my students in the freestyle session, there's no talking. We play some music, and I take and do these different movements, and each move is designed to really work a different part of the body to get the body releasing good hormones and chemicals. And the movements they've been on the table for several thousand years. And these monks that created these movements, they were the healthiest people in all of Asia. And the movements have a neat way of also strengthening the body in a very positive way, because every movement is designed for a specific purpose, but yet it's very fluid. So what I do is I have the audience, when I'm doing a TV show like this, I have the audience follow me.
Yes.
And really gain a lot of wonderful benefits, and they might be having a bad day, or they might need some extra good chemicals going in their body. If they've been stressed out, they got the bad chemicals. So within a few minutes, they will be able to reduce all those stress hormones and get some good hormones in the body.
Awesome. Well, when we come back, we're going to show you just exactly how to do that. So stick around, get your favorite beverage, and we'll be right back after this.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now. I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B.
Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Hi, I'm Derek Brooks, former linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. During my NFL career, I realized the importance of giving back and started my foundation, Derek Brooks Charities. We help Tampa Bay youth prepare for a successful life through our college prep and mentoring programs. Our goal is to see youth excel academically and develop strong characters and be better citizens for tomorrow. To further our mission, we've teamed up with Fun Night, a company that gives members access to thousands of nationwide discounts on products and services they buy every day. These include entertainment, retail purchases, dining, and travel. Best of all, 33% of every membership fee goes to the charity of your choice. We love being able to save our supporters money while giving them a unique opportunity to support our charitable work in the community. I invite you to consider using Fun Night to save money and give back to your favorite cause. Visit www.funnight.us to sign up now and get a free 30-day trial. Save money, help others with Fun Night, and support Derek Brooks Charities.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now. I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B.
Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today. This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
The environment here is really kid-friendly, family-friendly. The parents are welcome to watch.
It's definitely been a different atmosphere since Dr. Becerra has come on. It's very inviting and welcoming. The children just enjoy coming here all around.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist.
Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
And welcome back into Primetime TV Show. I'm your host, Barbara Marble Kelly. Thanks for joining us. We were talking about the importance of breathing and drinking water in our first segment, and I did promise you that we were going to come back and have my husband, Dennis Kelly, who's my co-host and very dear friend, to share some of the moves that we teach in our classes. And we do have a certification coming up in November. It's actually on November 1st. I'll give you the details on that after we're done showing you the importance of breathing and movement together. We actually call it meditation in motion. So I'm going to toss over to Grandmaster Dennis Kelly, and he's going to show you some freestyle. So let's do that right now, and I'll be back after he's done.
Welcome to the world of Qigong. Now before we get started, keep in mind when we do Qigong, you want to keep your fingers apart, just like your hands were claws. You want to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. What we're going to do here today is called freestyle. Freestyle Qigong is where I take groups of movements and do a medley with these movements. And what I want you to do out there is just follow me, because the results are really wonderful, putting these good hormones in the body, relaxing the body. And of course, then some of you might be encouraged to do this on your own. Now, one good thing about freestyle too, it's never, in other words, every time we do it, we don't put the movements in a certain order. We mix it up any different way, so it never gets boring. So just put your feet shoulders width apart, relax, and remember to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and just follow me. Forget about the past, forget about the future. Just think about the moment. Get into the now. Okay, here we go. As I did. Now we'll turn it back over to Barbara.
Thank you. Oh, I'm all centered and all relaxed just watching you do that. That's great because I have a really great event to go to, so we're going to be leaving just a few minutes early from our show, but come on over here, hon. That was great. You know, it's amazing whether you do the exercises or not, but you just watch the movements and they're such free and flowing. You would be amazed at the end of a long, tedious day, whether, you know, you were working, you come home, you're fighting traffic, or, you know, maybe a day with the kids and getting them off to school. We got the new school year and everything. If we just know how to take just a few minutes for ourselves, and what was that, maybe 5-7 minutes or something like that?
Just a few minutes a day can add years to your life and life to yours. It's amazing. I mean, I've seen the research done on this. I spent time at Hard Math Institute with all the biofeedback equipment, and we got to see what really happens when you're breathing deeply, listening to music and movement. It's just ironic, the best medicine in the world, because it alerts the body to go into its natural defenses. In other words, to go into a mode of health, raising the DHA level, which is our first line, or I should say our main hormone of the immune system, and our IJ level, which is your first line of your defense from bacteria and viruses. So it's amazing what just a few minutes can do, because you're lowering all those bad hormones like cortisol, I call it the death hormone. You've heard me talk about that. We need cortisol, but we don't need it as much as we generate throughout the day because of the stresses in our modern day civilization.
Sure.
So taking that little break and doing a few movements of Qigong. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I still, even to this day, every time I do it, I get this wonderful feeling. It never gets old, never gets boring, like many other exercises. And it's the healthiest exercise in the world. I can win any argument on that. Well, as far as living longer and healthier.
Well, absolutely, because stress, we always talk about stress being the #1 cause that leads to disease and in some cases premature death. So if we can just get that stress level down, that's one of our purposes here, is to have this as our platform to reach out to you and everybody that you can share our primetime TV show with, so that they can tune in. Imagine if we might be able to save somebody having a heart attack in the middle of the night just by making sure that they drink enough water, just by giving some of these different tips on breathing and stress, the difference between shallow and deep breathing. Now, I think there's been some studies on when people are stressed out, they're more of a shallow breather.
Well, yeah, it's a flight or fight response. In other words, you're doing the shallow breathing because your body thinks that you're being attacked by something.
Right, right.
And the interesting thing about breathing deeply too in Qigong, one of the things that I tell when I do my seminars, when I tell people especially that exercise heavily, that go to the gym, lift a lot of weights, do a lot of aerobic, the thing is when you're finished, your body starts producing lactic acid, which over a period of time can be very harmful, can shut down the body. So after somebody does a hard workout, their body is stressed out, but that stress is a good stress if they can relax for a couple hours after the workout. But what happens, they get in their car, they get in traffic, they get stressed out, and sometimes you're late for something. So stress causes lactic acid. So when you have the lactic acid from a workout, then the lactic acid of stress, that can be very dangerous. That can be very counterproductive to good health. But if you take, after your heavy workout, do a few movements of Qigong, that settles everything down. The lactic acid then is turned into glycogen, which is fuel for the muscles. So when you leave, if you get stressed out driving or so, it won't be quite as dangerous to the body, quite as non-productive to the body.
Very good. I'll tell you, these little tips, write them down. Oh, and if you don't get a chance to write them down, you'll be able to watch the show again to remember what was said here. And that's why I love our show, because here at Tampa Bay Multimedia, we actually archive all of our shows so you can go in there and maybe refer others. So there's probably a lot of people driving, back from work about this hour or what have you. So that's why we do archive the shows. We do have a break coming up right now, so we're going to go ahead and take that. I want to thank you for doing those exercises. I love them. I do them myself, and it really does help you to center. Now, if I can just teach our Yorkies, especially Shishi, to center a little bit more.
I'm working on it.
Are you?
Yeah, well, I saw you doing the rubbing her belly the other night and giving some Reiki.
She loves the Reiki.
Yep.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about our certification program. If you would like to learn more about Tai Chi and where to go to find out more information on our website. So we'll be right back after this.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now. I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B.
Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Hi, I'm Derek Brooks, former linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. During my NFL career, I realized the importance of giving back and started my foundation, Derek Brooks Charities. We help Tampa Bay youth prepare for a successful life through our college prep and mentoring programs. Our goal is to see youth excel academically and develop strong characters and be better citizens for tomorrow. To further our mission, we've teamed up with Fun Night, a company that gives members access to thousands of nationwide discounts on products and services they buy every day. These include entertainment, retail purchases, dining, and travel. Best of all, 33% of every membership fee goes to the charity of your choice. We love being able to save our supporters money while giving them a unique opportunity to support our charitable work in the community. I invite you to consider using Fun Night to save money and give back to your favorite cause. Visit www.funnight.us to sign up now and get a free 30-day trial. Save money, help others with Fun Night, and support Derek Brooks Charity.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now. I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B.
Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today. This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
The environment here is really kid-friendly, family-friendly. The parents are welcome to watch.
It's definitely been a different atmosphere since Dr. Becerra has come on. It's very inviting and welcoming. The children just enjoy coming here all around.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist.
Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
And we're back in our final segment before our show close here at Primetime TV Show. I'm one of your hosts, Barbara Marville Kelly, and with me is my wonderful husband, Dennis Kelly. Thank you for joining me every Monday.
My pleasure.
And my pleasure, too. This is really a lot of fun, isn't it?
Absolutely. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't.
I know. We made that rule or that sort of mantra to ourselves that we didn't want to do anything wasn't fun anymore. So this is a lot of fun. You just did some great exercises, and what we want to talk to you about right now is what your program, which is called Tai Chi USA System, is different than some of the ones that are out there. There's two forms of the martial arts, which is the Qi Kong and the Tai Chi. We happen to have a certification program coming up on November 1st. It should be on dennis-kelly.com website very shortly here within the next couple of days. We have an ad coming out in the Natural Awakenings magazine. We have room for only 25 students live in the studio to work as a master hands-on training for Qi Kong's Master 1 and 2 levels. You've never done this before. It's a 2014-2015 brand new version, and I can't wait to get started. This will sell out very, very quickly, and it'll give you a chance to become a professional Qi Kong instructor at the Master's Level 1 and 2. The last time you did it, it was only for one level. We've combined two of them for the same price. So that's quite a nice little savings. And you're so darn proud of it, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been working for years to put this type of program together and made every mistake in the world you can make to produce the type of program. And one of the things that sets our program out from the rest is not only are you learning a group of movements, you're learning the philosophy between those movements. You're learning the purpose of those movements. You're learning how to market the program. Also, there's no age or physical level as far as fitness level. Any age. In fact, most of the individuals that I've certified over the past 30 years are seniors.
That's
I have all ages.
In fact, your oldest one is what, 82, Jim?
He's 86.
Oh, he's 86.
And he's teaching 10, 15 hours a week in classes.
Amazing.
The instructors, what's so incredible, there is no limit to the income. I mean, most of them don't do it just for the money. Most of my instructors that are certified, they really love helping people. I tell them, forget about the money. Just think about what you're doing for people. But the key thing is those that really are interested in really making an income that, of course, still put the people first, they can make anywhere from $30, $40, $50 to a couple $100 an hour.
That's true.
And I've had instructors make $200, $300 an hour teaching large classes, either private or individual lessons. But getting back to what we do in our seminar, we not only, like I mentioned, explain what each move does, what each move, the science of that movement, but we also how to market, how to find a location, how to negotiate a price to teach at an apartment complex, at a retirement center. I mean, people are just crying for answers to their stress. So not only, like I say, are you teaching them movements, but you're really giving them an extra chance to live a little bit longer and healthier. And in some cases, a lot longer and a lot healthier.
Well, and you know, everybody's results will definitely vary in depending on whatever your fitness level is. But I have seen my husband teach those that are wheelchair challenged, those that are on walkers, and even some that come into our classes, in our newcomers classes, that maybe are a little bit wobbly, but that means that they could use the class even more so because of the balance and how this really helps with balance, focus, concentration, but to be able to actually go out, and if you happen to be in the health and wellness industry, and of course we know what's going on with the medical insurance and all that, I mean, it can be really very challenging at times. We want to take the best possible care of ourselves so we can live our best prime time at any time. And we have seen so many miraculous improvements and changes with people that have just improved their breathing level, improved their overall fitness level. And I mean, you even taught down at the Marriott. Remember when you had that? It was mostly all students, patients that were in wheelchairs.
Well, one of the things I tell those individuals that really want to be certified and do this as a part-time or full-time profession, it's one of the greatest professions in the world because you get healthy as you help other people get healthier. You know, in those type of exercises where the instructor has to do hard aerobics or hard exercise, eventually the body wears out. And those that in the hard style martial arts, if they don't have some soft stuff to balance it, they end up with hip replacements, knee replacements, and things like that. So you've got a profession. A person in their 70s and 80s could teach 5-10 hours a week and really actually have a benefit from that.
Yes.
Because it would be their exercise that they'd be gaining out of it, beside helping other people get healthier and happier. Because if you're healthy, it's a lot easier to be happy. A lot of people are unhappy because they're unhealthy.
Or they're feeling miserable because they can't move like they did at one time. And I mean, let's face it, our muscles have memory. I've learned so much from you. Don't be too impressed if it sounds like I might know what I'm talking about. It's mainly from what I've learned from you. And have done a lot of research and tried these things myself.
Well, not only is it from the standpoint of making money and helping people and things like that, but the thing is, it never gets old.
Yes.
In other words, I've been teaching this 35 to 40 years now, and I still, every time I walk into a room to teach a class or walk into a room teaching instructors, there's just that excitement that I had on the first day that I did this.
I know. And we do something that is also called for our instructors only. The first Saturday of every month, we do a sort of a mini master hands-on that goes for about 4 hours. You get to work directly with my husband, so it keeps your Qigong and your Tai Chi really right up to snuff. And I'm going to give away some secrets here today, because if you were to come to our home and see our home office, There is one book and one research after another that my husband has tucked away. And every now and again, he'll bring some things off the shelf and he'll just test it. Won't even say anything to me about it. And then all of a sudden he'll say, well, you know what, Pat over there at Glen Lakes, she's lost a few pounds doing this exercise. I go, well, what exercise is that? And then he tells me, and I go, well, I want to know more about that. So long story short, she actually lost, what was a total of 30-some pounds doing
just a couple months.
The dynamic fusion, which is the name that we gave a particular exercise that the Chinese military is using. And I mean, you're talking about really getting buff and really, getting strong.
It's a dramatic form of Qigong. And see, there's the other thing. I'm glad you brought that up. We have several different types of Qigong that we teach in the certification program. So it never gets old, never gets boring. Some are developed really hard bodies. Some are to really work on the heart and the lungs. And others are to work on the rest of the anatomy and the mind and the emotions. So when you put it all together, it is one of the most successful certification programs that I know of, and not because it's mine, because let me tell you, in putting the program together, I have worked with some of the finest Grandmasters, some of the finest instructors, and they have helped me a lot. And in our classes, we get a lot of, how would I say, I allow the instructors to give us a lot of feedback.
Yes.
Say, what new ideas do you have this week? So when we meet, I usually walk out of a seminar I hold with my instructors with some new ideas from my instructors.
Exactly, because you respect their opinion and they're out in the field like you are, teaching classes, they're getting feedback. So that's what I love about you and what you do with our students and what you do with our instructors is you really pay attention. We even have a very special advisory board where we go to many of our volunteered members that are on our advisory board. And I mean, we're talking about retired attorneys, we're talking about professionals with PhDs that have joined our organization. And I'll tell you, it's really, really grown, and we just keep taking it from one level to the next. So if you'd ever like to get involved, please feel free to write us, Barbara Marville at AOL.com or Kelly Dennis at AOL.com. And we only have 2 minutes remaining before we close our show today, a little bit early, but I want you to go ahead and try to go to www.dennis-kelly.com. There is a plethora of information and tips on the benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong, and you can also see little excerpts from each of the various levels of our videos, and we provide you with, the optimal training. And I know that there are some, as they call this slang, dumbed down versions to Qigong and Tai Chi. You will never do that. What we are doing on November 1st is going to be one Saturday. You call us, you go ahead and pre-register, and we send you the materials, and you do the home study course beforehand, and then you come in and then you get a lot of conveyed information that we don't send out, that you come to the class and learn, and that's all up to the minute health benefits and everything. And then that's where you actually work directly with my husband all day long from 9 to 5. We're going to hold this over in Palm Harbor at the Hampton Inn, 9 to 5. So that's www.dennis-kelly.com. Check it out, because we're very proud of it. We're very excited about it. My husband constantly is sitting in his little work chair, his little meditation chair, and he's always researching the researchers. Harvard has put a whole thick book out on the benefits of Tai Chi, and you can actually get that on Amazon.com. I'd highly recommend that because it gives phenomenal tips on what Tai Chi is all about. So it's time for us to say goodbye.
Well, that always goes real quick.
I know.
That when we do these shows, it seems like that hour, half hour just goes by like 2 or 3 minutes.
I know it does. So I'm going to skip out, and I'm going to go to my fundraiser mixer tonight and meet the other stars, where we're going to be dancing with the local stars here in October. So I'd love for you to go to Facebook and check out my new page, which is Dancing with the Stars 2014 Barbara Marville, and you'll see comments and different little tidbits posted on there. And then I will soon be posting up all the particulars on where you can send your donations. Made checks out to the Junior Service League, which actually goes to the United Way. It helps the Pace School for Girls. It helps also women and children's shelters for the homeless. And I tell you, I really get choked up when I talk about this because I feel so excited to be able to do something and give back. I'm going to go fill out my boot again. So did you see that in the open? I filled up the boot today at my amazing women meeting this morning for breakfast. So it was really awesome. I hope you picked up a few little tips from us. Next Monday is Labor Day. We're not going to be laboring, but we are going to take the day off and play. So I hope you do that as well. We'll see you the following Monday, I think. We'll see you back. No, we won't see you back. We'll see you back soon. I'll post it on Facebook, and you'll know when that will be, okay? Thanks for being with us today.